So we're going to go through a dynamic warm-up first. It's a few exercises you won't have to really need a racket or anything, but you will need some space to move. But however, you can do this in a small space as well. After that, we're going to work on some split steps, fast feet, and a couple of ground stroke footwork patterns. And then we're going to finish that up with some more footwork and some tennis-specific conditioning. And then we're going to break away from that and then get into a core workout after that. All right. So what we can start with is our dynamic warm-up. And I'm going to move back a little bit. What we're going to start is with a knee hug down into a lunge. And then we're going to rotate up towards our bent knee. So I'm going to do that to the other side as well. Knee hug, hands inside the foot, inside the knee. Rotate up, hands, or eyes follow your hand as you go. Just repeat that about 6 times on each side.
Oh, I got my balance.
Tap for everybody. Down. Hands on the inside. Eyes follow the hands up. Going to do that for about 6 reps on each side. Make sure your eyes are following your hands as you go on that one. Next one is going to be a lateral lunge out to the side. Make sure you're sitting back behind using your glutes. You're going to do an overhead raise and then stand back up. So we can do this all on the same side to start, or you can stand up on that bent leg and then step across again to the opposite leg. Just making sure we're going to that overhead raise after each rep. So if we run through it here. 2 to a side, you can do 1 to a side. The goal here too is if you're watching me, when I come back like this, my shin angle is going to not go this way. It's going to be a little bit straighter. So when I step back here, not here. Take that pressure off the knee, put it on the glutes. Feel that stretch in the straight leg as well. And you're going to do about 6 to 8 on each side for those as well. Some cones here real quick. If you have any cones or markers, that'll help you for stuff later as well, but they're also not needed. You can do without them.
Adam, just check, see if people are waiting to get in.
Yeah, I left it open, so everybody should be able to join no matter what.
Yeah, so.
Okay, so next one we're going to get moving a little bit more. We're going to go into some karaoke steps. So it's just going to be simple karaoke. Whatever the space you have allows you to move, go ahead and do that. So I'm just kind of going about 15 feet across from me right here. We get that upper body to rotate as well, so the hips are really coming around. Focus on that crossover step being really strong. I'm gonna do about 10 more seconds of that. Then we're going to go to that same space, but we're going to do a shuffle. Make sure we're pushing strong offside on that outside leg.
Honey, can you get the doggy?
pushing off, make sure that angle, your angle is going back towards the direction you're trying to move. We're not ending up in that plane and falling back. We want to be really strong in that movement. Let's do about 10 or 15 seconds of that. All right, and the next one, this is where those cones will come in handy. Again, not really needed though. Well, you can space out 4 cones. You can also do this with 2. You don't really need them at all either. What we're gonna do is that high knees over the cones. When we stop here, we go down, touch our toe. More of like a side to side high knees. You wanna stop, hold that position at the end, and then go down to touch the toe about 6 times on each side. You're feeling the heart rate up a little bit here now. A little sweat going. All right, next one is going to be a split step crossover. So we can, I'll just go ahead and show you this. Have 2 cones, have a line, have something that you can mark off here. Split, crossover, split, crossover, split, crossover, split, crossover. You want to get technical here. When you split, we're making sure that that inside leg is externally rotating. So my toe is pointing in the direction I want to go. So that push off is a lot stronger. So when I land, I'm landing here first, pushing off. Really strong with the crossovers here. Do about 8 or 10 on each side. Yeah, let's do about 5 more seconds of that. Try to stay low in that stance as well. It's going to really help you in this next exercise that we're going to do for time. All right, everybody take a quick breather, like 10 seconds. If you need, you can do this with a racket. You don't need it, but it does help you cheat a little bit, which is good. It's actually a good cheat. So what we're going to do is a 30-second line test. So all that means is I'm going to start touching basically the center line. If you want to use that 15-foot space, you can. Whatever you feel comfortable moving in. Just allow yourself to be able to cross over and touch the next line. So we're going to go as fast as we can and touch as many lines as possible in 30 seconds. So don't start yet. Don't start yet. I'm going to time you here. And we're going to count, because what I want you to be able to do is have this number so that next time you do it, you can see if you've improved. Okay, so if you can do 20, 25, 10, doesn't matter. The next time you do it, can you beat that score? Okay, ready, set, go. Count them out. Keep the racket in your dominant hand as you go. Think about the crossovers, pushing off that outside leg each line. You're halfway done. Ten seconds left. Stay low, stay strong, really push off strong off that outside leg. And time. All right, how do we do? Anybody get to 30? 30 is tough. If you can get over 20, you're doing pretty well. Even if you're getting 15, 18, still pretty solid. So we're gonna give you about 30 seconds break here. We're gonna try that one more time. Okay, so think about remember what your score was. If you can add 1 to that and try to get that number, or even add 2 to it and try to get that number, that's a good way to start progressing through this. Some things to think about is, again, we're pushing strong off that outside leg. I'm not turning to run each time. I'm staying facing the net, the court. All right, ready, round 2. Last one before a little break. Ready, go. Remember, this is just the warm-up. Just gets that heart rate going a little bit, blood flowing. We're sweating. You have 10 seconds. Keep pushing. Push strong off that outside leg. And time. Count the last one that you were headed to. Anybody beat their score? Thumbs up? Yeah, perfect, good. All right, so we're gonna take a 90-second break here. I'm gonna time you on this one. Again, we're trying to do breaks that are gonna be very similar to what we're gonna see out on court. So the breaks in between each move today is gonna be about 15, 20 seconds. Each work period is gonna be about 15, 20 seconds. We want this to be as close to a point as it's gonna get. And then I'm gonna give you the 90 seconds as if we're changing ends during a match. So you can think of all the things that we're about to do as you're playing points. You're taking the break to regroup, grab the ball, towel off, whatever you need to do. And then at the 90 seconds is where we're gonna get the water breaks, okay? So if you have about another minute to get water. If you need it, towel off, whatever you need to do. You will need your you will need your racket for this one. So go ahead and grab your racket, find some space. We're gonna go through a small little technical thing here first, just in terms of how to move, how to be ready. And then we're gonna move on to some swings and some footwork patterns and get you thinking about hitting tennis balls, even if we can't hit them right now. So we got another 30 or so. I made the mistake of not bringing a towel or water out here. So I will go ahead and show you what we're gonna do next. We don't have to start yet. But we're gonna start with ready steps. So these are my ready steps. This is what I'm gonna look like when I'm ready for a ball in between my split step and my swing. So when I'm ready for the ball, I'm here. So yours might look like this. You might be bouncing. You might be here. You might be, doesn't matter. Whatever you're most comfortable with in terms of your movement, I want you to find that now before we get started. So I'm here. I like to switch my feet like this. And then when I say split, you're gonna go into a split step. So you're gonna land wide, balls of your feet, and then you're gonna go back into your ready step. So everybody should be doing their ready steps here. And then when I say split, we go there, and then we're back into our ready steps, okay? So here we go, we're gonna do about 20 seconds of this. Good intensity here. Start with the ready steps, and split. And split. And split. And split. And split. And split. Split. And last one, split. Very good. Okay, so as we're resting here for 20 seconds, think of this like we're in between a point. So I'm not gonna keep moving my feet while I'm walking to go get the ball, or I'm getting a towel, I'm toweling off, or I'm talking to my partner. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna learn how to really control my breathing and get back down, bring that heart rate down, and get ready for the next point. So we're gonna do another set of this starting now. Ready steps. Split. 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 And time. Good one. All right. We got one more of those to go. This is going to be really important for when we start to add the footwork. We're going to come back and we're going to go back into this position, working on that split to then explode to that next ball. This is our last set. And ready steps. Split. 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 And rest. Good job. Okay, we're going to do another 20, 30-second break here. Again, this is maybe the ball went to the other court. We're taking a little bit extra time here just so I can explain what we're going to do next. This is going to be our right foot and left foot pivots. We're going to be thinking about attacking short balls today. So from my ready steps to my split, I'm pivoting here. So I've started that unit turn. I've started that coil. And then I'm going to come back. Split, step. Split, pivot. Split, pivot. Split, pivot. Okay? We're going to do that on the right-hand side for your forehand starting now. Go for it. If you have already gone, no worries. Just keep going. Come back, go on your own speed here, your own time, or when you want to split and then pivot. The goal here is that we're getting that weight to that front foot. We're going to be strong on that front foot. 3, 2, 1, and time. So again, that was a point. We just hit about 6 or 8 forehands in a row. We're toweling off, we're grabbing the balls, we're talking to our partner, whatever we have to do. That's how we have to really approach this fitness and conditioning portion, is how realistic can we make it. Next thing, same thing, split, pivot to the backhand side. Focus on splitting, opening up that outside hip, stepping across, getting heavy on that front foot with a full unit turn. Ready? Go. You can add the swing if you'd like. That's perfectly fine. Make sure you stay weighted on that front foot when you do. 3 seconds. And time. We got another 10, 15 seconds here. We're going to go back to the forehand side. So try to clean this up as best you can. Focus on opening up that outside hip. Pivoting to go weight on the front foot. That weight transfer is really important for you to be aggressive for us to then work on this next footwork pattern after we're done with these. So let's go another 20 seconds. Forehand side pivot. Ready? Three seconds. And time. Good one. All right, moving over to the backhand side. This is our last set for the backhand pivot. Again, same thing. Keep this really, really simple. Get your ready steps. Be comfortable with these ready steps. On the split, make sure you're moving off of this foot. Transferring the weight. Getting solid in that base. Ready? Go. If you don't have the space to swing a racket, you don't need a racket for this one. You can actually do this without a racket if you need to. And time. Very good. We're going to take a little bit longer, maybe about 40 seconds, so I can explain here on this next one. It's the same concept with the pivot. So the split, the pivot, now the swing. So now I'm rotating, but I'm going to let my weight continue to come through. And this is that step through that we're talking about. So think about this as being a short ball for me. I'm splitting, I'm pivoting up, and I'm taking this ball early. Notice I'm inside the court when I do this. This is not an approach shot. This is going to be a shorter ball that I don't have to back up on. It's a ball that I can step forward to take early, bring my weight through. I don't want to follow this to the net, so I'm going to come back and recover. Split, pivot, step through, recover back. Split, pivot, step through, come back. Go for it. Think high intensity here. Let the racket go through first. Feel that stretch. Let the weight catch on that leg. Visualize yourself going after that shorter ball. You recognize it early. You know it's landing short. You're stepping up. You're being aggressive with it. 5 seconds. We're going to do 30-second rounds on these. And time. Good stuff. Any questions on that so far? Everybody good? Yeah, cool, perfect. We're going to do the exact same thing to the backhand side. So, split, the pivot, the step through. Recovery, I don't really care how you recover. If you want to side shuffle, you want to back pedal, that's fine. So let's go and go for another 30, starting now. Focus on being intense here. Really strong. 10 seconds. Think about that follow through going through first, then the back foot comes through to catch you. Don't want to move all at once. Time. Sorry, we went over a little bit on that one. Just keep those work periods about 30 seconds. I'll do my best to kind of keep on here. But it should be like a 30-second on, 30-second off. I'm gonna go back to the forehand here. The goal again is that we've started the pivot. I'm gonna swing, keep weighted here, and then allow my foot to follow through after that. That's gonna allow me to come back a lot quicker. That way I can weight this outside leg to push back to get back into the court a lot quicker. Let's do another round here on the forehand side. We're ready to go. Split, pivot, step through. Split, pivot, step through. Split, pivot, step through. Split, step through. Split, pivot, step through. 10 seconds. Keep working hard. This is a long game. Lots of hitting in this one. Time. 30-second break here. We're gonna go back to the backhand side. After that, we're gonna combine the two. We're gonna be doing a forehand and backhand exercise here. So we have one more 30-second round. So this is on the backhand side again. It's split, pivot, step through. The degree to which you step through, we don't have to get all the way so my body's turned the wrong way. I do want to stay facing the play. Belly button towards the net. It's going to allow me to get back into the court a lot quicker. And last set, go. Long arms on the follow through. Stay low, stay wide, keep that base nice and strong. Head stays up, chest stays up. That looks good, Sarah. Not working too much on technique here, so don't worry what the hands look like. It's more about the feet and getting mentally ready to hit this ball early. And time. Very good job. We're going to take about a minute here on our break, so if you need a towel off or water, go ahead and do that. I'm going to use cones, but these are not necessary. It's just kind of visual for anybody watching. I'm going to start back. Don't start this yet. We still have about 30 seconds. I'm just going to demonstrate. This one is now pivot towards that cone to the forehand side, recover back. Pivot towards that cone on the backhand side, step through, recover back. We want to stay in the middle. We want to think about attacking this short ball at an angle. Okay? So not so far of an angle where I'm moving laterally. I don't want to move this way to hit that ball. I don't want to chase it. I want to cut the angle off. I want to go forward towards that ball. That's going to allow me to get my weight through the shot and back over the court, back over the net, really strong. We're going to go back and forth, forehand to backhand, recover back every time. Ready? And go. Remember to add your split every time. You want to come back, add the split. That allows you to push off towards the target. The step through allows you to push off to get back to your starting position. You have 10 seconds left. And time. Good job there. Remember, these are long rallies. We're thinking about getting ourselves ready for these longer rallies, especially as we haven't been playing a lot. We want to be ready to come back. We got one more set on this one. All right, let's do this last set here. Forehand and backhand. Split, pivot, step through, recover, split, pivot, step through, recover, split, pivot, step through, recover. Full 30 seconds. Go for it. And time. Very good. Okay, here's our 90-second break. This is a changeover. This is a good time to get water, towel off. If you have any questions, please let me know. We're gonna be doing a couple agility drills here with the swing now. So hopefully we'll be able to use a little bit of that same footwork we were just working on. Any questions so far? You good? Okay. So again, we still have about a minute left here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna space my cones out. See if I can give you a better angle of this. I'm gonna space my cones out, not so far as we were doing our earlier footwork drills, but enough where I can do a figure 8 through it. So all I'm doing is working on that step through, shuffling out, around.
Yeah, can you do it backwards? Like you're us? Yeah, like that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start on one side. I swing here. I'm going behind the cone, then in front of the cone to come back.
Okay.
So just doing a figure 8 around the cone. That make sense? Good. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do 30 seconds on that one. Ready? Intensity. We're trying to get at least 6 swings on each side. That's kind of our goal here. Okay. Go. It's okay if you don't get it 100% right. The goal is to shuffle behind the cones to come forward. That's it, Rhea. There you go. If you have limited space, you can do this just on one side and just focus on getting around the cones, getting around one cone. In time. Take a quick breather. I'm gonna do that one more time. Kind of our 30-second break here again. Just think about how you can improve getting more. Maybe you only got 4 or 5 that time. What can you do to get 5 or 6? Really be clean through here. That little side shuffle. Make sure we're pushing off the right feet, the correct feet. And round 2, go. Push yourselves on these as our last 2 sets before we get into our core work. 15 seconds. Keep going strong. Think less about doing this quickly and more about doing this correctly, making sure we're getting that weight to shift from our front foot to that step through and then back to our starting position. And time. Another 30 seconds, then we're going to get going with our last set before we get into the core work. Everybody looks like they're doing pretty well with this. Again, keep track of what's happening after the swing, that it's just this. It's just getting that weight to shift here to then push back. We don't really want that to carry us out. We have to catch ourselves this way. Want to be really strong with how we're coming through to load that outside leg and come back. All right, last set, 30 seconds. Bring the intensity here on this last one and go. And time. Very good. Okay, so we're going to take that 90 seconds here now. If you need to grab a yoga mat or anything that gets you comfortable to get on the ground, we're going to be doing some floor exercises next. This is going to be a core workout of 7, maybe 8 exercises. We're going to do each exercise for about a minute each. So however many reps that you can do in the minute, that's fine. Take the rest that you need in between each rep, whatever you need. If you're doing this on your own, try to shoot for about 25 reps per exercise as you're doing this. Because we're kind of limited on time for this one, we're going to just go 1 minute at a time and call it good. So however many reps you're able to do in the minute, we're going to call that good. Do this on your own, shoot for 25 and 1 set. I'm going to grab my yoga mat and then we'll get started. Okay. All right. First one we're going to do is a V up. It's probably one of the harder ones. One of my least favorite, but it's a really good one. We want to keep our toes pointed, hands over our head. We're going to lift up to make the V. We're going to go for 1 minute here, so do as many reps as you can. If this is too hard, you can go to just the leg lift, making sure your lower back stays up against the ground. You want to keep a flat back. You can also just do the sit-up portion like this, where your hands maybe above your head. Come up here. About 25 seconds left on this one. We're going to be alternating between being on our back and being prone, so just be aware. We'll be moving over to our next exercise here. 5 seconds. You can hit 25 in this minute. That's really solid. Notice how I stopped early. And time. Go ahead and take a quick break. We're going to take about 10 or 15 seconds between each exercise, where they're going to get you prone, get on your stomach. We're going to have our hands out in a Y, everything resting, and then we're going to lift everything off the ground. So just our core, our stomach is on the ground. We're going to hold that for about 3 seconds and come back down, and come back up, hold, and down. These are Supermans. You're trying to pretend you're like Superman. You're flying. You want chest off the ground, arms off the ground, legs off the ground. The only thing touching is going to be your belly button, your stomach. Hold each one for about 3 seconds. 2 to 3 seconds doesn't have to be super long. Good for the back of your shoulder and your lower back. It's pretty strong in the core that we tend to overlook. 30 seconds left on this one. You don't want to overextend also. You don't want to come too much off the ground. Just mainly bringing your chest off the ground slightly. You can also do this on a yoga ball if it's a little bit easier there. 10 seconds. Keep doing as many reps as you can. All right, we're going to move over to bicycles next. So we're going to get on our backs one more time. All of these ones that we're on our back are going to be pretty similar. Bicycles, really simple. Keep that back flat as you can. And we're just going to extend the leg, hold for 1, 2, switch. 1, 2, switch. 1, 2, switch. Make sure we're really pulling that core tight here. You want to really force that your back to stay flat here. So we don't want to really start to arch the back here and have our other muscles take over. We really want the core to be doing the work here. Hold it for a little longer if you'd like. Thirty more seconds on this one. The goal here is to only extend that leg as far as you can while still keeping that lumbar spine flat against the ground. Don't go faster than you can control it. Don't go faster than what it allows you to do this correctly. All right, great job. Next, we're on to bird dogs here. So bird dogs are going to be on all fours. We're going to have our hands underneath our shoulder. We're going to have our knees under our hips. So if I'm too far forward like this, it's not going to work. If I'm out like this, it's not going to work either. I want to be pretty flat back here. I don't want to have the arch anywhere like this. Just a nice flat back. I'm going to extend my left arm while at the same time reaching out with my right leg. Hold that for about 2 seconds. And then repeat on the other side. So opposite arm, opposite leg. Feel like this is too easy for you, you can go from that same position here by just bringing your knees off the ground, attempting to do the same thing. It's a lot more challenging. Ten seconds. All right, we're back on our backs, back in on the mat. It's gonna be similar to our V-ups. We're gonna hold it now. So we're gonna go into a static hold. Remember to keep that lumbar spine nice and flat, toes pointed. We're gonna raise our feet up. We're gonna hold it here. If you wanna make this more challenging, you can then bring your arms up. Easier mode is here. Regressive by bringing one foot in, alternating. Shorten the lever to make it very easy. Goal here again, keep the lumbar spine nice and flat. And we're gonna hold for that full minute if you can. If you need to stop, just bring a foot in, bring a knee towards your chest. You need to take a break, bring both feet in. This is very similar to the bicycle we did earlier. Yeah, it looks good. If you want to challenge yourself, lower your feet, your heels towards the ground as well. But maintain that low, flat back as well. We don't want that to pop up. Keep holding. There you go. Give yourself the break just like that, like that. This is challenging, not supposed to be easy. And time. Good one there. All right, I'm going to make this our last one. The other one, the next one we would have done is going to be too similar to what we've already done. So we're going to go right into our planks. So this is a hip dip plank. If you were with us on Monday, you know what this is. So we're starting in this plank position, and we're rotating our hip to either side of our mat. The goal is to keep elbows on the ground while we do this. Got about 20 seconds left on this one. Everybody's looking really strong here. Again, keep that back nice and flat. Try not to round that lumbar spine. Keep everything nice and flat here. Looking good. 5 seconds. Keep going. Or until you hit 25. If you can do this to hit 25, you're doing pretty solid. And time. All right. Good stuff. So we are going to do a little bit of stretching, or if you want to do the stretching on your own, feel free to do so. But if you have any questions, we can answer those now.